Welcome to Venkat Sai Coaching Institute, Kadapa. So we are discussing about current affairs. You can watch this video in Venkat Sai Coaching Institute YouTube channel. So today we are discussing about current affairs of 13th January 2021. 13th January 2021. So let us see them. The first one, first ever ice climbing festival. First ever ice climbing festival. So ice climbing is a sport. Ice climbing is a sport that usually practiced in the polar regions. That usually practiced in the polar regions. Polar regions. However, we know that India has a polar region which is also called third pole. That is Himalayas. Third pole. That is Himalayas. So the ice climbing festival here is about the ice climbing festival that has started in Ladakh, in the Union Territory of Ladakh. We all know that the state of Jammu and Kashmir has been reorganized into two union territories, that is Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. So in Ladakh, first time the ice climbing festival, ice climbing sport event has been launched. So what are its advantages? They include the attraction of tourism. Many adventurers and tourists will participate in that ice climbing festival, which is a source of revenue for the state. So in Leh is a district in Ladakh Union Territory where this ice climbing festival has started, launched. This is a 7-day event, that is, it is a week-long festival organized by Nubra Adventure Club. This is the club which also organized the ice sports like skiing, ice hockey, and for the first time it also organized ice climbing. Which is a major attraction for tourism. We all know that ice climbing is a popular sport in abroad, not in India. Many adventurers will participate in the ice climbing in foreign countries, and many from India will also go to participate over there. However, to make sure that those adventurers will also participate in the Indian ice climbing festival, the event has been started. This is the first current affair. The first ice climbing festival has been started in Ladakh Union Territory in the Leh district near Nubra Valley. So next we are going to discuss about urban local body reforms. Why it is in news? Urban local bodies, that means municipalities. Simply municipalities reforms. Because Manipur is the fourth state which got qualified for getting a grant from central government for taking up of these reforms. So let us see what are the other states, what these reforms are. The other states include The other states include Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Madhya Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Madhya Pradesh. And Manipur is the fourth state that has undertaken the reforms. So what are these reforms? What are these reforms? These reforms are stipulated by Finance Ministry. Finance Ministry to improve the revenue sources of the municipalities. To improve the revenue sources of the municipalities. That means the need to impose levy or tax or property tax which is in the prevailing market rate. Prevailing market rate. The municipality shall levy the property tax at the rate of market prices, and there shall be periodic increase in the taxation rates, which will be a good source of revenue for the municipalities. If municipalities are self-sustainable, they can create necessary infrastructure like roads, sanitation facilities, street lights, drinking water connections. These are all the necessary infrastructure that a urban local body provides. Due to the shortage of the funds, the infrastructure is not up to stage. So therefore, Finance Ministry has stipulated some reforms so that the states get revenue from those taxes. And if those states which implement those reforms will get additional grant from Finance Ministry. So this is the second current affair related to urban local body reforms. So what are the four states that have implemented these reforms? AP, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Madhya Pradesh, and recently it is Manipur. So Manipur has implemented the reforms stipulated by Finance Ministry for the development of urban local bodies, and now Manipur is eligible for the grant given by Finance Ministry for the sake of development of urban local bodies and urban local infrastructure. The next current affair is Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. It was started in 2016, which completed 5 years recently. Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana was started in 2016, 13 January, which completed 5 years by today. So what is this scheme? This scheme is related to insurance. So insurance of crops. So basically this scheme is related to agriculture. So the agricultural crops will get insured under this scheme. The scheme's objective, Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana's objective is to make sure that the farmer who is sowing the crop will also get insured for the crop. However, the insurance premium rates are very high, so that the farmer will not get insured his crop. So the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana makes sure that it will reduce reduce the premium rate that is the farmer will pay every month. The farmer will pay every month. The premium rates are 5% for horticultural crops. 5% for horticultural crops. 2% for kharif crops. 1% for rabi crop. So horticultural crops are the crops which are fruits and flower based. These crops will have the premium rate of 5%, and the kharif and rabi crops will have the premium rates of 2% and 1% respectively. So Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana will reduce the premium rates that the farmer have to pay to the insurance company. So low premium rates will attract farmers to insure their crop. Why the crops need to get insured? Because a natural calamity, in case of natural calamity, the crops get damaged. For example, a cyclone can damage many acres of crop at one time. So if it gets insured, then the farmer suffers very low losses. And the insurance company will give money to the farmers, will pay insurance to the farmers. Natural calamities, pest attacks, and wildlife attacks, that is the elephant attacks. So for all these events, if the farmer gets insured against them, then in case of this event, the farmer will suffer very low losses. That's why insurance is important for crops. To make sure the insurance penetration in Indian agriculture gets increased, in 2016, Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana was launched. There are about 14 crore farmers in India. Out of them, 86% are small and marginal farmers. That means they will have land less than 2 acres. They will have land less than 2 hectares. So if they suffer losses, they will not take agriculture again. Therefore, government is going with the scheme of Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana to make sure that every crop get insured. Those people who gets credit from banks for agricultural purpose will compulsorily shall be get insured under Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. So Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana was launched in 2016, which has recently completed 5 years. This will help in reducing the losses suffered by the farmers in case of any adverse impact of crops like natural calamities, pest attacks, and etc. The scheme is being administered by Ministry of Agriculture. Ministry of Agriculture take care of this scheme. So this is the third. The next current affairs is related to farm laws committees. We all know that government has enacted in 2020 3 farm laws. We all know that the government has enacted 3 farm laws in 2020, for which the farmers of Punjab and Haryana were protesting against these laws. They don't want these laws, and government want to implement these laws. and there are many rounds, around 9 rounds of talks. 9 rounds of talks between farmers and government, and the 9 rounds failed to either stay the laws or to implement the laws. The 9 rounds of talks has failed to fetch any result. So the Supreme Court intervened in the matter. Started intervening in the matter, and Supreme Court had stayed the implementation of these formulas, and it has set up a committee with the experts in the agricultural domain, and the committee is going to submit a report to the court, and court will decide on the basis of report that these formulas are going to be implemented or they gets repealed. We have done a separate video on these formulas. Do check that video and you will know what are those formulas, why there are protests against them, what is government's stand. Okay, so Formulas Committee, why in news? Because the Supreme Court has stayed, that means stopped the implementation of the three formulas. So, and it has constituted a committee, an expert committee, which will discuss and submit a report to the Supreme Government. And on the basis of that report, Supreme Court will take a stand on either staying the law or implementing the law. So let's see who are the members of those committee. The first one is Bhupinder Singh Mann. He is the national president of Bharatiya Kisan Union and All India Kisan Coordination Committee. Bhupinder Singh Mann is the first member of this formula committee established by Supreme Court. The second member is Pramod Kumar Joshi, who is also director of IFPRI, International Food Policy Research Institute of South Asia. He is the director of IFPRI. And Ashok Gulati, who is the chairman of CACP, Commission for Agricultural Cost and Prices. This is under Agri Ministry. Ashok Gulati. And Anil Ghanwat. He is the chief of Shetkari Sangatana. He is the chief of Shetkari Sangatana. So these 4 members form the part of the committee, and they will submit a report to the Supreme Court. And based on the report, the Supreme Court will decide whether the laws are going to stay or will they get implemented. Till now we have read about Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bhima Yojana. It has completed 5 years. Ice climbing festival in Ladakh Union Territory. And about Formulas Committee constituted by Supreme Court, and about urban local body reforms and Manipur. Why it is in news? Because Manipur has implemented those reforms stipulated are given by Finance Ministry. Till now we have done with these current affairs. Next we are going to deal with Kayakalp Awards. Kayakalp Awards. So these are the awards given to the hospitals, either public or private, which will follow certain standards, of sanitation and hygiene. That is the cleanliness of the hospital. If a hospital follows certain standards in their cleanliness, then they will get Kayakalp Award. Kayakalp Award. A hospital will get Kayakalp Award. So this award was started in 2015. These awards were started in 2015, and the initial year around 700 hospitals were participated. However, currently in this year, in 2020, 26,000 hospitals were participated. In 2020, 26,000 hospitals were participated. They range from primary healthcare centers in the villages to the tertiary healthcare centers in cities. So health ministry will be giving these awards. This time health ministry collaborated with Ministry of Drinking Water and launched Swachh Swasth Sarvatra program. Swachh Swasth Sarvatra program. Swachh, which means clean, Swasth means healthy, Sarvatra means everywhere. So the community healthcare centers, which follow certain standards, community healthcare centers that follow certain standards in maintaining cleanliness will get 10 lakh rupees as grant to improve their infrastructure. This is called Swachh Swasth Sarvatra program. So Kayakalp awards are given to the hospitals which maintain certain standards in the cleanliness and hygiene of the hospital. They were institutionalized in 2015, and this is the 5th year. In the first year, only 700 hospitals were reviewed. However, in this year, in 2020, 26,000 hospitals were reviewed. And along with the Ministry of Drinking Water, the Health Ministry has launched a program called Swachh Swasth Sarvatra program. Swachh Swasth Sarvatra program. So the next current affairs is Lake Chad. So this is Lake Chad, which is situated in Central Africa. And Lake Chad has boundaries with 4 countries: Chad, Niger, Nigeria and Cameroon. So Lake Chad is a freshwater lake, and it will provide water for around 30 million people. That is 3 crore people. It is a major source of drinking water for 3 crore people. So why it is in news? Because recently terrorists in that region have inflicted severe violence near Chad Lake. The terrorist organizations, the Islamic State and Boko Haram. Boko Haram is a terrorist organization in Nigeria, and Islamic State is a terrorist organization in West Africa, that is Niger. They have inflicted violence near Lake Chad, and government of India has condemned the act. Condemned the act and asked for severe security reforms in those regions. As India is the chair, as India has got the seat in United Nations Security Council, as India got a seat on United Nations Security Council for the year 2021-22, India has expressed serious concerns over the terrorist attacks near Lake Chad. So that's why Lake Chad is in news. So India became the member of United Nations Security Council in 2021 and for these years in 2021 and 2022. So this is Lake Chad. You can see the geography of Lake Chad. It has boundary with 4 countries, and this is a major water source of 3 crore people of those 4 countries. So these are the current affairs of 13th January 2021, which are relevant to the examinations.